Up next, the Pistons taking on the Celtics. For Detroit, they've tipped off the season with back-to-back losses. A win tonight would give them something to build on. Celtics, Pistons. Tip-off coming right up. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much. Well, we know it's been tough to win in Detroit for the Pistons. They've changed coaches again. Just 2 playoff appearances, Shams. Now out there. The Celtics also changing it up. Al Horford's checked in for Tatum. Champ comes in for White. And it's Pritchard in for Drew Holiday. And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at him. But for the most part, he's letting his numbers speak more themselves.
On the court right now for the Celtics, they've got Horford, Jaylen Brown out there with Champ, and it's Hauser in at the power forward. Brown outside. Beasley with the steal. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Hardaway for 3. The rebound by Champ.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
To the wing right side. Here's Pritchard. Scoreless thus far. Champ's shot is off. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now Hardaway. Detroit, no good that time either. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Washington Wizards. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Schroeder looking around. Kicks it out to Beasley. Drills the three-pointer. Beasley's got 6.
Now, this is Beasley's game, right? The ability to know when to shoot it off the catch.
Brown right side. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Celtics lead by 9.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Outside Hardaway. The tray. And Boston with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And we'll see if anything's different this year, because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
No coverage that time. He's got 10.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Celtics. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We've got more. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here. A second. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the floor for Boston, Tatum and Horford man the post position. And there's Champ, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. Pass to Schroeder. And here's Stewart. And Thompson kicks to Beasley. Stewart with the screen on Tatum. No good from Beasley.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And here's Tatum for three. And the three ball is good. Tatum's got 10 points.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Now here's Schroeder. He's tightly guarded. He's off on that one. Celtics leading by 16. Champ the pass to Tatum. Celtics passing it around. Three-pointer, Horford. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Horford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Pass to Thompson. It's Beasley on the wing. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Tatum passes to Champ. Lays it up off the glass. 10 points for Champ.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Stewart to stop the run. The rebound by Champ. Champ's got 5 rebounds tonight. Out to the wing. Out left to the wing. Fires the three. And again, Boston with the triple. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask, this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Here's Holland, guarded by Horford. Hardaway, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Detroit's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Number 1, the Celtics.
And that defensive reputation has value in and of itself. I mean, by the end of the season, teams were afraid to take the ball inside.
Here's Klintman. For 3, Beasley. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Beasley's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
So Shams, our NBA champion Boston Celtics, last year, a terrific record from beginning to end. Could this be a dynasty in the making?
They have all the necessary ingredients. When you think about their top players, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, this is a group that's locked in for the long term. They have Kristaps Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Al Horford returning. This is a team that has potential to win for the next 3 to 5 years, and that starts with having your key players and your top players locked in. When you think about the teams with dynasty potential in today's NBA, the Celtics have to be at the top of the list.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Harris is checked in for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Champ the pass to Brown. Puts it up from 15. Count that bucket. Brown's got 15 points.
Sweet little mid-range from Jaylen Brown. That 3-level scoring coming into play.
Cunningham with it. Porzingis with the block. Hardaway against Brown. To the inside. Champ. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And you can see at this stage of his career, just still not comfortable as a finisher at the basket.
Cunningham finds Beasley. Now Cunningham puts up a deep 3. Rebound Boston. Brown's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside Tatum. Inside Leaner. It's good. 12 points for him.
Well, size and skill. Tatum on the interior. Yes, sir.
Now here's Cunningham. Last game he had 12. Over Holiday. They get it again. The kick out to Cunningham. And again, Cunningham missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Wow. Shots good by Champ.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Wizards in Washington. Here's Cunningham. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And Champ gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get...
One half, it hasn't even been close. Celtics out in front, delivering the blowout. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Checking out the Celtics. When you come out rocking with 2 straight wins, you're feeling good.
Yeah, got to keep that out of your head, though. Each game presents a new challenge.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Celtics.
They're giving a master class in ball movement right now, running the offense, finding the open man, and it leads to a bunch of high percentage looks.
Yeah, great chemistry at that end. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Jaden Ivey. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cunningham. Thompson passes to Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist in this one.
A solid 6'8". Harris can more than handle his own inside. Really an overlooked part of his game.
And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from Champ. Champ's got 19 points.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Beasley outside. Harris, right side. Beasley the screen. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Hauser. Boston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And he drives in. They grab their own miss. Pass to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. There's the triple. And again, Boston with the triple.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Duren with it. Thompson from long range. That one, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Champ, the pass to Horford. Here's Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pistons have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Beasley's got 17 now.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Pritchard passes to Cornette. And he banks in the layup. Cornette's got his first bucket of the night.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Pass to Harris. Good work defensively by Horford.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And it's good for 2. Pritchard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
When he's feeling it, Beasley a very reliable three-point option. You've got to get him off that arc.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Schroeder. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Pistons have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. There's a minute 40 left to play here in the third. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Champ. And he goes in for the dunk.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
Beasley outside. Harris against Horford. Harris misses.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Here's Champ. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Ausar Thompson.
Yeah, nice strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Number 13, taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. A different look here for Detroit. Stewart's checked in for Jalen Duren. Fontecchio's coming in for Harris. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Asar Thompson. And, well, Detroit shooting it well here in the third, about 50%.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score. Boy, the opportunity was there to convert. He just could not come up with it.
And the shot goes down. Pritchard's got 12.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Schroeder outside. Pass to Beasley. Puts up a three. And Boston with the rebound. Champ's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. To the paint, Horford. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 7 points in the game.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And so it's the Boston Celtics enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Boston, we've got Champ, and it's Horford in at the power forward position. To the left wing. Champ, the pass to Pritchard. Nailed from three-point land.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Schroeder dishes to Beasley. Hardaway for three. Good on the three-point shot.
Oh, that's money in the bank. Hardaway, terrific off the catch.
Boston shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Hauser the pass to Champ. Pass to Hauser for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Here's Holland. Back to Schroeder. Pistons passing it around. Holland, no good. Boston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Champ, the pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard, by Beasley. Pass to Cornette. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Pritchard. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Now, here's Stewart. Here's Hardaway. Releases. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Hardaway has got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Schroeder. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Here's Holland. A rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Champ. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Champ's got 24 points.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
He lobs it up. It's stolen. And here's the fast break. Here's Hauser. And there are the Celtics with another basket. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Champ, the pass to Horford. All alone. And it's Boston with another.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
And here's Schroeder. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
Well, Schroeder is 6'1" with a thin frame, but make no mistake, he's got balance and the ability to play through contact.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Champ. The shot that time, not on target. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Schroeder. Misses the three. For Boston, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Pritchard passes to Horford. Here's Champ, covered by Beasley. Launches it. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now here's Hardaway. Defense is right there, and a missed layup. Boston's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Here's Cornette, and another basket for Boston. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Schroeder outside, pass to Hardaway from the arc. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And the basket by Hauser.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Pistons shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. And here's Stewart. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Pass to Champ. To the right side. Horford with the screen on Schroeder. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Hardaway trying to free himself up. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Champ, covered by Beasley. Here's Hauser. Buries the long-range jumper. Hauser's got 28 points for the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Schroeder passes to Beasley. The rebound by the Celtics. Pass to Pritchard. And the basket is good. He's got 20.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Now Schroeder. Here's Holland, guarded by Horford. Hollins kicks it over to Schroeder. Lets it go with a 3. Holland, no good. Here's Hauser. Here's Champ. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Schroeder with the ball. Now here's Beasley. Hardaway from outside. Connects from three-point range. Hardaway has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Pistons. Here's Pritchard. Puts it up. And again, it's Boston converting.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Holland. Back to Schroeder. Here's Holland, guarded by Horford. And the three off target.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
That shot off. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Detroit. Here's Holland. No good on the three.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
Over to the wing. Here's Pritchard. Jacks up a three. A three-pointer is right on target. Pritchard's got 28 points for the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Holland. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Holland's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Celtics shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want, when they want it. Champ, the pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pritchard's got 30.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And here's Schroeder. Here's Stewart. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Champ, covered by Beasley. Champ, the pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Hardaway. An easy 2 points on the layup. Hardaway has got 10 points in just the second half.
He's known for his jump shot, but Hardaway isn't afraid to mix it up inside.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shot's good by Champ.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And, well, Detroit shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Outside Hardaway. With the shot. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. 1:25 left to play in the final quarter. Some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and it's Tillman in for Al Horford.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Celtics.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Champ.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Here's Keita. 13 feet away. And another basket for Boston.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Pass to Tillman. Here's Pritchard. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Of your best players.
You know, at this level, it's next man up. You know, those guys, they're great players and very important for us in the long run. But, you know, our mentality is whoever plays, got to perform. And we did that tonight. So, yeah, thank you very much.
That's
right, MP. They can't stop you.